Hey everybody, it's Rhonda with Beyond Scrapbooks. Welcome to the June volume show and our craft along. Before we get started, I wanted to take a minute to thank everyone who stopped by the booth and saw us at Mega Meet. It was so much fun getting to see you guys and hear from you about what you want to see in the future in kits. I haven't forgotten Madagascar, manatees, and there was a few others, but they'll be coming out in the next few months. I'm working on some new designs now, and hopefully they'll be done before the next show anyway. Next, I want to remind you that we do have show specials, and as usual, mine are Volume 10, all one word. That gives you 10% off on orders $50 or more, or Volume 20, which gives you 20% off on orders over $100. Those will expire next Friday, so whatever next Friday's date is. So be sure to get your order in before that. Okay, so before we talk about what's new, let's talk about the craft along. Many of you ordered it, and you should have it in plenty of time, I hope. The last one that I have an order for went out today, handed it to the mailman personally, so that one should be in the mail. Okay, so for those of you who aren't familiar, this is this month's craft along. Me and the webcam don't get along very well. This is the Hello Spring kit, and this is how it's packaged. You'll have the pictures of the layout, and inside you have 3 packets, and you'll have 3 6x12 sheets of cardstock. On the back of the header, you do have instructions on how to put it together, even though it's pretty simple. So we're going to take a minute to move the camera down and get started on this craft along. So give me a minute. Okay, I think I've got it adjusted. But if anybody has any problems or questions following along, please let me know. I'll be watching this as it airs so I can help you with questions. All right, so the one part of this I wanted to work on today was this crafting gnome, the guy. He is more layers than she is, but what you get is you'll get this packet with him and all of his pieces. You'll get her with all of her pieces, and then you get a separate one with the small portions of the title, which is the letters and the bird. And then in the bag, you'll see I have the 3 layers of the title. Okay, sorry, I had to take a break for a second and grab some glue. All right, so we're going to set this, and we're going to set her aside for right now. If we have time, we'll go back and look at her. But what we're going to do first is we're going to open this guy. Let's look at the diagram, and you'll see the cutting file is by Craft with Sarah. I'm in love with these layered die cuts. And I'm trying to learn how to do them myself so that you can have a bigger variety. But okay, so what I tried to do when I put these packets together, for simplicity's sake, is I put like all the layers pretty much in the correct order because it helps me to build them. It helps me to make sure I don't miss anything when I'm building them. So we're going to take these little pieces and set them aside. Just going to leave those together. We're going to leave those 2 together. We're going to go all the way down to, as you look at the diagram, this is the bottom. The next piece up is a little bit darker gold. And I just lost the bird's wing. It was mixed in there. All right, we got it. So if you want to follow by her instructions, what we would do is we would glue this one to this one. So let's do that. And really, these things go together incredibly fast. I've put them together in no time. There's some more coming in other kits that are maybe a little bit more time consuming, but all I'm doing is putting on a little bit of glue. What I figured out when I was doing these is, for me, it's easier if two layers get glued together, I glue those first. So when you look at this diagram, the next one says that it would be attached with foam, so we're going to wait on that one. And that next one would be this blue, the two blues. The darker blue is this one. He gets glued to this one, so we're going to go ahead and glue those together. And although I don't include the foam dots in these kits, I will show you how to do it with the foam dots. So let's glue those two together, just like that. And all you're doing is just matching up the outside edges. They go together really, really easy. She did a fantastic job on these. Okay, so we have a brown one, which is this, that says foam, so we're going to wait on it, and we're going to take this one, which says glue, over to the side and glue it to the other layers. So this one I don't worry about getting all those little whisker lines. I try to usually get like the outside edges, and I always forget about the webcam and go off and put this closer to me and do it. But if you see me doing it, yell at me. Not that it does any good. Okay, so the dark brown goes on the lighter brown. And again, I'm just matching up the outside edges, just like that. Okay, so those three are together. So when you look at the two green ones, both of those say glue, it looks like. So let's go ahead and glue those together. I don't put a lot of glue on anything. All right, so line this up. My glue of choice, as many of you know, is the Tombow Mono Multi-Liquid Glue. It gives you a few minutes before it actually sets up, so if you have a place like this where it's not quite right, you can usually slide it back into where it's supposed to be. Okay, those two are together. Let's see, we might as well go ahead and glue these two together. This is this mustache and this. So we're going to glue these two layers together. Look, I remembered to do it on camera. Okay, this goes on just like that. If you put too much glue on, you'll see it in between your darker outlines of your mustache. So I just put a little bit on the edges, and that's pretty much it. Okay, that is all of those layers like that. So let's start with foam. Let's see what I did with my foam. And I only have a little bit of foam. I couldn't find my other foam, so we're going to make do. So what we're going to do is, it says the light blue gets foam. So we're going to put on the back of the light blue, we're going to put a foam dot. And I'll tell you guys a secret that I've used before. I used to have one of the big, what is it, Xyron? The thing that you can make your own stickers with, but I had the big one. And if you have that fun foam stuff, you can run it through there and get adhesive all across one side, and then flip it over and run it through again. You have double-sided, and it's just like these. So you don't have to worry about going out and buying a bunch of foam dots. You can use the fun foam. All right, let's see if I can get this on glue dots. I mean, foam dots are a little bit harder to maneuver. But here we've got the blue, and if it doesn't match up quite, just lift it up and push it where it needs to be. So that's where we're at there. Okay, brown layer goes on top. Whoop, get off there, bird. So we're going to put some more foam dots on here. Whoop. Yeah, that's right. I thought I was putting it on the wrong layer. Okay. Yeah, I had some big ones on here, and I've used all but one of them, so I'm trying to save those because I've got another project that I'm working on right now, and I may need those. Okay, so we've got foam on this layer. Take off all your... And another thing you can do if you don't have foam dots is if you have double-sided tape, cut your foam dot, your fun foam into strips and put your double-sided tape on both sides of it, and then cut it into pieces, and you would have the dots, or whatever you want to call them. Okay, so this one, the green one here, says it's glued, so we're going to go ahead and glue it. When I first started putting this one together, I thought there's no way that that is going to look like that gnome that was pictured. And you can see how fast it's starting to build up. The layers, I probably should have put a dot in there. I probably should have put a dot in there, but I didn't. So anyway, here's where we're at so far. Next up is the flower. And it says the white is foamed, so we're going to glue the yellow onto the white. And I'm not sure there's a right way and a wrong way. It appears, I've never put it on where I had a bunch of overlap, so that's all there is to that. Let's put a little, and it's cut smaller than the flower so that you don't have any chance of it showing, but it still fills that center. So let's put a little foam dot on there. Let's put that on his hat. Okay. So they call it a tongue. I call it a chin. Now I've stuck it somewhere. It's usually stuck to one of these other pieces. Okay. Hang on. Let's see if I can find it here somewhere. Okay, I couldn't find it, so I went and got one out of my stash. So if this ever happens, you're missing a piece, please let me know. I would be more than happy to send you the piece you're missing. So this one I think is a little bit harder to see, but it goes right there at the bottom, at the base of his mustache part. You'll see that there's like a rounded section. Okay, so next up we're going to, well, that's kind of overkill, I think, but the next one she says to foam too. So we'll do it. It's going to get so thick that I'm going to have to smash it down. They are cute. Let's see. Let's put another one like here. one on his hand. All right, peel all my tops off. Maybe. That one's off. That one's off. That one's off. Okay, so we're going to line it up now. And this piece I usually line up with the watering can first. I don't know why, but it seems to make it a little bit easier to line everything up. Okay, we're almost there. So next up, we do his nose. She says foam. I say glue. It's your option. We're going to just glue his nose on, although foam would be cute. Okay, now you've got 3 watering can pieces. This one is this top, the silver, the shiny, and the difference between this one and this one is this slit right here. And you'll see one of them is a darker blue and it doesn't have any water lines. This one is the lighter and it of course has the water lines and it has the slit in it. So I am going to try to, I bent this one getting it out of the package, but it'll go back in place. So we're going to glue this onto, oh, here it is, this piece right here. And I'm guessing that if you bought this kit already, you've already put this together. But just in case. All right, so once we have that part, then we're going to put on the metal part. I wanted this to look like a metal watering can, so that's why this is out of the shiny or the foilish, I don't know what that's called, silver. Anyway, so now you've got a watering can that has water coming out of it. That goes on next. She says glue, I say glue. Oh, I forgot to put the bird on, didn't I? It's okay. All right, so watering can goes here. Line it up on all the outer edges. So let's go back and do the bird. Oh, okay. So this goes on here. So you can see the beak shows up. This is actually his hand. Okay, so we had 2 birds. I think it was supposed to be different, but okay. Last thing up is putting on his hands. There's no right or left, so they just go on the same way. And she does say to put the one that has the bird underneath it on with foam, so we'll do that. She actually, I think, says do both of them, but we'll do the bird. Okay, so I just put a small piece of, and it fits right over the part that has the same shape right underneath the bird. And there you have it. He's done. That was so simple. Didn't take forever. The rest of the kit is just as easy as this. The female, we need to come up with names for these people. But the female has a few less layers. She has a flower pot, of course. And the title, you can see, is 3 layers. You've got purple letters that go on top, and then you've got a bird that's 3 parts. It has a black silhouette, and then a yellow, and then a blue on top of that. So that's very easy. Okay, So we're like 20 minutes in. I do want to take a few minutes to go through and talk about the other new kit with gnomes, which is the graduation kit. For those who haven't seen it yet, let me see if I can balance everything without dropping it. I'm setting up my new computer, and it's taking up all of my space on this desk to get everything done. Okay, so here's page 1 of the graduation kit. This one comes with your title, and of course this saying, poem, whatever you want to call it. And then you have your choice of the female graduate, which looks like this. Or you also have, we'll take her off. You also have the male graduate, so you can choose either one of those. And I'm planning to add an add-on option so that if you wanted both gnomes in one kit, for example, or if you wanted 2 women or 2 men or a male and a female both, I'm planning to add those as options. If you get ready to order and I don't already have those on there, please let me know. Send me an email or something. Let's see. What else do I have? Hang on just one second while I grab the dinosaurs. Okay. So while I was up, I also got the female side of the Hello Spring kit. This is her, and you can see she has a few less. I didn't do her with foam, but you can see she has the flower pot, the flower, and the bows, and she's really cute. And she's really easy to put together too. So one of my other new kits, many of you know how popular the dinosaur kit was. In fact, somebody bought my sample at Mega Meat. So that one obviously is discontinued. But I am working on a new dinosaur kit, and along these same lines as the gnomes, this is also one of the layered kit die cuts. This one you can see has several layers. I actually did foam on this one. This is the Brontosaurus. This will be going in, there's 2 new kits coming out. One of them has a raptor. One of them has this Brontosaurus. One of them is called Jurassic, and the other one is called Prehistoric, but I can't remember which one is which. But those should be out in the store by the time you see this video. I am working diligently to get those done. The Brontosaurus is done. I just have to finish up the raptor and some of the other graphics. I want to put something in there besides just the Brontosaurus, but that's to be determined. There's also other new kits coming out. There is 2 versions of Bugs and Kisses. One is for boys, one is for girls. Those are still on the design table, but again, I hope to have those ready by the time this video airs. There's another one called Sweet Dreams. It's baby, obviously. And some of you that follow me on Facebook have already seen sneak previews of that one. So if you haven't already followed me on Facebook, you should. Go to facebook.com/BeyondScrapbooks. And when I edit this video, I'm going to try to add some captions so that you can see my special codes and the website and the Facebook page. Because I always post everything on my Facebook page first. If I put kits in the store, I post them on Facebook. As I'm developing some of the new kits, a lot of times I'll post pictures and ask for inputs even. You know, what do you guys think of this color? Is it too busy? So be sure to follow us. Let's see, anything else? As always, I appreciate all of you guys following me and supporting me in my business. I've been overwhelmed by your responses. The people that stopped and talked to me at Mega Meet, I laughed. And Amy, I mean you. It's just so nice to be able to go back out to conventions again and meet the customers. So many of you people that shop with me I had never met. I used to travel the shows a lot, and I stopped doing that obviously, but getting back into it now has been so much fun. It makes it just so much more personable when I can actually meet you and talk to you in person and ask you questions. And I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to stop now and try to get this edited and get it uploaded before I get in trouble. So we'll talk again soon.